Are we? Hello, Mr. BBD. We are back.
Mr. BBD.
Look who fell into the gig. Look who's back, America. He is back.
The artist formerly known as The Fixture.
Formerly known.
Oh, that's it. The artist formerly known as The Fixture.
There we go. Artist formerly known, because The Fixture does not apply.
See, the redoubtable one always comes up with a gem, and it's always when you least expect it.
Look, communication's my key, folks.
I'm telling you, it is. Anyway, this is IDD for those of you know. I don't disagree. Segment one. What are we starting with? We start with the NBA. We start with the NFL.
We started with the Celtics.
We start with the Celtics and the Knicks.
Yes. All right. Well, I mean, we start with the Celtics, okay? Well, the Knicks didn't even get off the bus last night. Okay?
Well, let's
talk about the best team in the NBA.
All right, hold on a minute.
What we can take away from that game.
All right, well, first of all, we were already disagreeing because the problem with what he just said is the Knicks shot 55% from the floor last night. Okay. The Knicks only had 11 turnovers last night. The Knicks won the rebounding battle last night.
Seriously?
Yes, all that is true. They only had 11 turnovers. They shot.
How did they do that without even coming out onto the floor?
So what you're trying to do right now is build Tommy a little hope.
Listen,
because you're not doing a good job.
No, I'll tell you why. The Celtics, what the Celtics did last night, it wouldn't have mattered who was playing, because when you shoot, here's the problem: they had to miss 13 straight threes at the end of the game to end up at 48% from the three-point line.
That's insane.
That's ridiculously how hot they were. Then, and here's the thing.
The fact that they missed 13 in a row, though.
And they still finished
really
at the end.
They just kept shooting.
Well, because they were trying to break the record. They had tied the record.
Dumb.
Horford hits the 29th one. Then Missoula takes everybody out, and they had 8 minutes to break this record. Not one of these bench guys could make a shot.
The fucking little guy? The guy that hits from half
Even
court?
Payton couldn't make one. Pritchard couldn't even make one.
What the fuck?
Hauser couldn't make
Their whole
one.
bench is
I know. They just all went cold. In fact, the funny part is they kept going to the Celtics bench every couple, and they're all laughing, going, "Oh my God, they're choking." They were laughing at
That's
him.
funny.
It was hysterical.
It was. I guess a couple minutes into the third quarter, I started playing PlayStation because I was like, okay. I mean, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, no. I mean, but here's the thing. My point is this. The Knicks on paper didn't have a bad game. The Celtics had a game that you just don't see. Okay? 29 three-pointers. They tied a record. That was 4 years ago in Milwaukee. So that's the first thing no one saw coming. They tied that record. The second thing is they had, and this is ridiculous, they had 33 assists on 48 baskets. That's not the ridiculous part. They only had 3 turnovers.
That's crazy.
So think about this. And this, by the way, I did the fact checking on this. This has never happened before. Okay? They had an 11-1. Well, they've never, 11-1 assist to turnover ratio.
When has a team come out and played against nobody? There was no. The Knicks were in the locker room.
Bullshit. The Knicks are one of the best defensive teams in the league, and you know it.
Well,
and by the way, they are. They still are. They still are.
Well,
was Anunoby on that court last night? He's all NBA first team.
They will be again.
They will be.
Mikal Bridges is a good defender.
Yeah.
Josh Hart is a good defender.
This is the thing.
But they have to work all together.
They do, but here's where the Celtics beat them. The 33 assists. They just kept passing the ball. Like, this is the thing that was...
We were helping. We weren't fighting over screens. We weren't switching properly. And you guys would just wait
another pass
until somebody started flying at you. You know how many times you see somebody run by or just look and go, well, I'm not...
They were out of position because they were...
Sometimes they just looked and went, I can't get there.
Shoot it, please.
Tatum's like... Wow.
They had 33 assists. That means well, first of all, Jason Tatum revenge story officially begun. All right, that's what that was last night. I don't care who. Nobody in the world was guarding him last night. Nobody. Okay, and I don't think anybody's gonna be able to do it all year because that man's on a mission. He's on a mission. Once again, Steve Kerr, thank you for being the donkey that you are. But the thing about last night is it wasn't that Philly played bad. Boston would have done that to anybody last night, given the way they played. New York was not that bad. They were not that bad last night. No. The Celtics were on a mission. It's that simple. They did not play bad last night.
I agree.
It didn't matter.
Okay.
And you said that there was a chance that could happen.
I did.
Don't.
And you were like, no, they're not going to steamroll them. I was like, because what I've seen with ring ceremonies typically is either it energizes the champ, or it puts them to sleep. A lot of times you see that.
Yeah.
Obviously, this time, I don't think it actually energized them.
They were already energized.
Summer energized.
They were already energized. Steve Kerr energized them back in June.
So the things I was saying, my frustrations with the Knicks, a lot of that was in jest. Like, it was my initial emotion.
Yeah.
But after 2 seconds of thinking about it, I'm like, we got two key pieces are brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Before the season started, I said I would expect Thanksgiving where they start clicking and realizing and like consistently playing together.
Right.
And it may not take that long.
It might not, but I think
finding their spots, finding each other's spots.
Because you could see as they began that game, for the first 5 minutes, it was a back and forth game. Y'all were hitting threes. We were driving to the bucket.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we missed a couple shots, and you guys, went straight NBA Jam on us.
I think
the fireball.
I think DiVincenzo was a bigger part of that trade than
he's a glue guy. He's a toughness guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I haven't heard. It's
and
funny.
he shoots.
It's funny you said that because every New York Knicks fan, to a man, says, "Well, they don't mind the trade. They wish they could have kept DiVincenzo."
Exactly.
Right.
Every damn one of them said
it.
it.
Yeah.
So if everybody's seeing it, and I think Stephen A. said it too, that he wished they didn't have to use that piece to get him.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, yeah,
it is true.
Minnesota doesn't do the deal without that piece.
No, they don't. That's
But
the
here's
They
the
have
thing.
to replace shooting some
But
way.
Yeah,
here's the
You're
thing.
right.
Like,
No, they do.
I think Deuce McBride can play the role that Dante DiVincenzo.
Ooh, that's a big step.
I
That's
think
a big,
he can, dude.
He was real good.
He is good.
No, but I'm saying
The
like,
Celtics were in his
all of
shorts.
it, like
and he was making.
he doesn't have
all
the-
of it from the defense to the pass. I mean, maybe the shooting, but all of it. DiVincenzo brought a lot.
So Deuce is an effort guy though.
No, I
because
know,
he's
but
he's
effort's
been a bench
different
guy his
than-
whole. But
Effort's
effort is
different than a
defense.
ball handler. It's different than being a part of the
Deuce
flow.
McBride's
Like,
a ball handler.
no, but I'm saying like you're like part of that whole like part of that whole
DiVincenzo to
group.
me was shooting and a chemistry guy. He was a team guy.
Yeah,
he was
but-
a glue guy. But I mean,
But
it's not
different
the
kind
skills.
of game.
It's
They
not-
have a different kind of game.
To me, it's
McBride
not as
and
much the skill set
DiVincenzo.
you're missing with DiVincenzo.
Look,
Yes and no.
I think two things can be
Like-
true here. They're going to miss this guy,
Yeah.
and it's going to take them time to gel. Now, here's the question, and again, only time's going to when this team does gel, and I believe they will, because I think they have the right people around in this locker room, and I think Towns wants to buy in. I think he does. He said last night in the postgame, our defense is nowhere near where it needs to be. That was the first thing out of his mouth. And
So
he
by
said,
R, he meant like my.
well,
my
the whole,
defense.
they were all look at the Celtics.
No, but I'm
kept,
saying
that's
They got whatever they wanted.
but you know why? Because they kept moving the ball.
Yeah.
But
This
Towns
is the thing, like-
Towns has never played defense, so it's going to take them time for Towns to really like.
No, but I could
even
see
if he
Towns
gives the effort,
making. I could see Towns making an effort.
he's tall
to
enough, long
adapt
enough,
to
all
their
that.
scheme.
Yes.
I think he'll
I could
adapt to
see.
that.
I could see it.
Yes.
But what
I think he will.
what I'm saying is like he's not going to do that night one, and the other
No,
thing
it's going to take time.
Right.
that's really really crazy is that's not his calling card. Like,
No.
had it been his calling card, like, yeah, maybe the first night he comes in and plays defense and fits right in on defense. But
No.
no, he's going to have to do it, right? And Tibbs will make him do it, right?
But you know this. Everybody knows this. When it comes to defense, really at every sport, it's more effort than even talent. You can have all the talent in the world. If you don't want to make the effort, you're going to suck.
Right. You've
got to make the effort.
It's what 80% effort.
It's 80% effort, 20% physical.
Yeah.
It is.
Well,
at
but
least
I
in
mean-
basketball.
Right.
He is
in
the
mind
basketball,
state. It's
a
fucking-
state of mind.
yeah,
He's
it's
the
like-
greatest shooting big man in history.
Oh, okay. So look.
Wrong set, Joel. Wrong set.
So look.
Wrong set.
No, he's making fun. He's
I
making
know.
fun because Kat
Yeah.
said that. So
Yeah.
I will say this: Kat takes a lot of shit.
Yes, he
I
does.
I feel like I've looked at him kind of like a punk for a while, but
That's Jimmy Butler's fault.
it,
I mean,
it is.
Jimmy
He-
That is
Butler.
my-
he
yeah.
started that narrative.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
True.
But the more I see him talk now, he doesn't seem like a diva.
No.
You
No,
know, like,
I don't think he was a D. I don't think he is a D.
No, I think that got overblown.
right?
Yeah.
It seemed like he was, but I
He's
heard
just
him
young.
talking to
He's
Shannon. He did an interview with Shay, Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
And
He was on Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay.
Yeah.
And he was asking.
That's what
him-
it's called.
Yeah.
I know,
he
but I
actually
just
has some good interviews.
I don't
Actually,
know.
yeah, they do a good job.
I mean, yeah.
They do. They do.
I don't know.
I'm not a Shannon Sharp guy.
Me either. He's tough on me.
Yeah, but those interviews are different than him trying to play the role
Yeah.
of the.
He
big
actually, when he
Steve
sits
Nash.
there, he's a lot.
That's
he's
just his
right.
real self. I
It's-
feel like
yeah.
he's pretty funny, and
Yeah.
Okay.
even him and Chad Ochocinco together are funny.
They're
as
pretty
fuck.
good. Yeah. I think they're pretty good. Yeah.
But it's different than the ESPN shit.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
But he was asking Kat, if he would have taken the discount that Jalen took, and I liked it because Kat didn't just go, "Yeah." He was
Yeah.
like, "I don't know, man."
Yeah.
He was like, "That's a lot of money." Like,
lot of money.
and he
It
was
was a
like,
lot of money.
And he
It
was
was.
like, "But to me, what it
It is
says
a lot of money.
that
Fuck.
he said, but you know what? You can't put a value on being in a place that wants you."
True.
And he was like, "So,
It's true.
if that's what he has, like, more power to him."
I mean,
Yeah.
how would you like to be Ben Simmons right now?
Who?
All the money he's making, nobody wants
wants
him.
him.
Nobody wants
Yeah.
him. Nobody wants him. They
Who
don't
are we
want him.
talking about?
Ben Simmons.
Who's that?
Exactly. Exactly.
He's already he's
Part
now
of-
obscure.
Part of the process. He was part of the process.
Right, he's
right?
now
You know, he
obscure.
didn't want his career to just be money and
No.
nowhere. Like,
Ben
I
Simmons.
mean, it helps.
Is
that
there
you
a
got
more
money,
despised man in the NBA than him
Yes.
right now?
Ben Simmons,
Yeah, he's despised.
Steve Kerr.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're a Celtics fan,
I don't know. Yeah.
Actually, if you're the rest of the league,
Actually, if you're a Celtics fan, maybe not.
No, I should be sending him a thank you guy for being a dog.
That's true.
But look, the thing is this: with that last night, the Celtics weren't losing last. I don't care who you put in front of them last night.
Yeah.
They were
Not
playing.
the way they played.
They were playing on another level. They did historic. They did historic things last night. 33 assists, 3 turnovers. That's inhuman. I've never seen a team do that ever at any level ever.
So I think the one thing they have is like they didn't change anything. Like out of everybody,
They brought back 13 of the 15 guys.
yeah, they didn't change anything.
You know what that says? They just looked at the rest of the league and said, "Yeah, we're still better than everybody."
Well, no,
What the fuck, dude? They just ripped us in shreds.
They're
They didn't even have Porzingis last night.
They're one of the 3 best defensive teams in the league.
They didn't even,
And it didn't look like they were there.
Dude, Porzingis
And
was
it
in
wasn't
a 3-piece suit.
But what I'm saying is like,
Imagine if he was out there.
Okay, give the Knicks time to gel,
They'll get better. I'm saying.
and then grade it.
Yeah.
Like right now,
Yeah, no, it's too early.
If you wanted to see somebody play
I'm
the
not shitting
Celtics,
on the Knicks right now. I'm just saying.
no. What I'm saying is like
Celtics
you'd
are
have to see
whatever.
somebody that returned a bunch of players, and then you could kind of base it off that. Like if they. Beat
So
the
you're
fuck
saying
out
if
of
they were
Nuggets
beating
last
the
night
fuck
or
out of the
something?
Nuggets, you would appreciate it more?
Yes.
The Nuggets
Because
were worse.
Dude, they would have shat all
They
over the
would have killed
Nuggets.
the Nuggets. It would have been worse.
Okay, scratch the Nuggets.
The Knicks,
Knicks survived for 5 minutes
The
at least.
Nuggets don't play defense like the Knicks. Not even
No,
close.
but
They
you-
never did. They never
I
did.
guess what I'm saying is like if you get somebody that's not rotating 2 giant pieces out and a giant piece in,
Yeah, I
It's
see what you're
tough.
saying.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
You could have teams that are more
Equipped.
continuity. You know, there's
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
more continuity with them.
Because
that might
that's
have put
what-
up a better fight.
but that's what the Knicks
They
hung
still
their
wouldn't get
hat
their
on.
ass beat.
That's where the Knicks. That's
Yeah.
where the Knicks made their money last
Yeah.
year. Was they all
the
played
Knicks
together?
combined were better than you as a team.
Right.
Yeah.
We talked about this last
right,
year. Like we had.
If you looked at all the pieces, you would go,
Embiid
that
and
team's
Maxey,
better,
and
right.
like who would you have
Yeah.
taken it on the Knicks over either 2 of those guys? But as a team, they proved like okay, together we're better than.
Yeah. You and Friedman were talking shit about
Yes,
my Knicks.
actually, yes, that's true.
And then we stomped out the Philly. And
Well, I was
we
just
were
talking
like,
shit.
Maybe they're
I was just talking shit because
That's what friends do.
I'm a Sixers fan first and foremost.
Fair
And
enough.
two,
You guys were saying that
I have
Tibbs
to-
was the worst coach of those 3 teams.
he is the worst coach.
Spolstra, Nurse, and Tibbs.
He
But
is.
But he went farther.
Doesn't matter. He is the worst of those 3 coaches. Tibbs is the worst out of Spolstra and Nick Nurse and Tibbs. Tibbs.
Who's had the better roster?
Who's had the better roster?
Not this. Those guys might be better than him, but they have had way better
Way
rosters.
better roster. LeBron James in his prime. Dwayne Wade.
With
You
Dwayne-
fucking kidding me?
No.
You fucking kidding me?
No,
Those
no,
are
barely won
supposed to-
some of those.
Those are supposed to
No, but
championships
I'm
right
saying,
there.
like-
Those are them. And I got news for you. If he had those guys, he'd have won those championships.
He's still a great coach, though.
I'm not saying
He's
he's a
still
great coach, but I'm
I mean,
saying
he's had. But Tibbs hasn't had fucking scrubs.
he hasn't had
hasn't
LeBron
had that.
James in his prime.
He had fucking Derrick
didn't have
Rose
Dwayne-
when he's the
Derrick Rose-
MVP of the
Derrick
league
Rose and some role
with
players?
Jimmy Butler.
Derrick Rose isn't
Jimmy
better
Butler
than
was on the same team
Yes.
as Derrick Rose.
Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose.
Jimmy
Same
Butler has
fucking
no
Chicago
rings.
team.
That's a pretty good one too. Though.
Jimmy Butler has no rings.
And the year that Derrick
What, you're going
Rose
to tell me
was-
like Joakim Noah?
Is Derrick Rose? Let me ask you a question.
Joakim Noah was
Let me
good
ask
then.
you both a
Not as good
question.
as that. He
Do
was-
you guys think Derrick Rose is better than Dwayne Wade?
No.
No.
Oh well, I
No,
mean,
he's
league
not.
MVP.
If
Derrick
you want to
Rose
say
was.
Finals MVP
if you
Dwayne
want to
Wade.
say talent-wise, you could say that, but Dwayne Wade was a better player, right?
But the year that Derrick Rose had,
Okay,
when he
one
was
year.
the MVP, okay, I'm saying.
Dwayne Wade had like 16.
Oh yeah, I know, but this isn't a fucking lifetime achievement award.
Well, you're asking who's better.
Yeah,
Is
we're
it
saying-
1 year or is it for a career?
Well, I'm just saying the year Tibbs had Derrick Rose.
Was his best year ever?
Yeah.
But didn't
Jimmy
he win the
Butler-
MVP in Chicago?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Chicago.
That's where Tibbs was with him.
And they made
Yeah.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they won a round, I think.
All right, let's not get stuck on this.
The point is-
Who cares?
Don't you
Yeah,
remember
that's
that was the
but-
one where they ran into the Heat and LeBron James actually came out and started to guard Derrick Rose?
LeBron James in his prime is
Was
one of the
guarding
10 best
Derrick
players of all
Rose,
time.
the fucking one of the fastest guards probably in the history of the league in terms of like point A to point B or whatever. LeBron James stays in front of Derrick Rose.
LeBron James is a 6'8" wingman.
Yeah, I know, but he's still staying in front of
Yeah, who
Derrick
moves
Rose.
like a guy
Yeah.
who's 6'4".
Scottie Pippen,
Yeah.
6'7", Grant Hill.
Right.
Any of these guys could have done that.
But I'm saying,
Pippen did do it, by the
of
way.
course.
Okay,
Well, okay,
so-
I still think
Pippen,
Pippen's the
6'7".
best.
6'7".
LeBron 2 inches taller than him or one?
I still think
God,
Pippen.
he seems so much bigger.
I still think Pippen's like the best like defender.
Dude, Pippen,
On the wing?
Pippen was a tough
Yeah.
motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, he's.
He was fucking.
I think he's
nails.
underrated that way in terms of like everybody
He'll
talked
always
about.
be underrated because he was shadowed.
Standing
Well,
next
yeah,
to
but
Michael
Pippen
Jordan.
and Jordan were both first team NBA. But
They were.
you would say like on the defensive end, Pippen was just as much ahead of Jordan as Jordan was ahead of Pippen on the offensive end. Or close to it.
Jordan won defensive player of the year.
I know, but
he was all defensive first team 10 times.
Okay, but look at the versatility that Scott
they both are versatile,
but not as versatile as Scotty.
Scotty could guard bigger players
because of his length.
Because of his length,
he's bigger.
Yeah, that's all it was. He was bigger.
He was bigger.
He was bigger. But look, the thing is this: Tatum and Brown have a chance to get into that conversation.
Oh, get out of here! You don't like Caleb Martin?
Caleb Martin?
I like him on the
Miami
Sixers.
Heat. Miami Heat.
Anybody who passes through the Heat is just like,
I like him on the Sixers.
Dwayne Wade's probably the only one that got out of there and people still like him. He's probably the only one that got out of there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, everybody else.
Nobody.
If you have a stop in Miami, you come out of there and it's like,
yeah. Well, they're not real fans.
I love.
All right, let's think about.
The city's great, but those fans are.
I love Miami. I love the people of Miami.
So think about. Let's think about
team.
Morning.
Sports fans.
Alonzo. Everybody loved him in Charlotte.
And then he went to Miami.
Okay.
Hated him.
I'm telling you,
With Glenn Rice, he did the opposite, right?
Actually,
Charlotte first, right?
Charlotte.
No, Miami first or Charlotte?
Miami.
No, I think he was Charlotte first.
Okay.
I think Charlotte drafted him.
He was on the Heat later.
Okay.
He didn't become a villain. I think he
never really was a villain.
Because you don't really. He was a Hornet. I feel like.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Ray Allen.
Depends on who you talk
I hated
to.
him. I hated
Boston
him.
people.
That was backstabbing.
Yeah. I don't hate him though.
Okay.
He could have gone to the Spurs and done that. The Spurs wanted him.
Shaq.
No, Shaq doesn't count.
Why not?
He's been to 5-4. Yeah. He played for the Lakers and the Celtics.
He was
everywhere.
To me,
and the Cavaliers.
And the Cavaliers.
And the Suns.
And the Suns.
To me, Shaq was the Magic and the Lakers. He was the Magic and the Lakers.
Okay.
That's how I see Shaq.
Really?
Yeah.
He has rings in Miami.
He's got one ring, and he had a bad toe through it all.
He still
had a bad toe through
He still was a double-double every night.
Yeah, but Dwayne Wade, that was the key to that.
He was the best team player on that team, yeah.
So we're going to say Shaq was not a villain in Miami either.
I don't think he was.
Well, yeah, I still love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a villain. He wasn't there long enough to become a villain.
Right.
He was there like 3 years.
Okay, all right, so
he won
Tim Hardaway.
Wait.
Villain.
Tim Hardaway.
Loved him in Golden State.
Okay, all right.
I did love him in Golden. That's a good point.
No.
Okay, I got one for you.
He was likable. His crossover.
Yeah, the killer crossover.
Yeah.
That
is one of the nastiest.
It's nasty move.
Still it was so basic.
Yeah.
And it's just quick. Boom. Oh my God.
It was quick. Boom, boom.
And it wasn't that you don't even need to go between the legs. Bow.
I got your favorite guy. Are you ready? Kyle Lowry.
Ew. But then the problem is he went to the other place where you become a villain.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The Sixers.
You don't become a villain in the Sixers.
You become unlikable a lot of times.
Okay, name. You can't. That's not fair.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons has
kind of got you there, Governor.
Philly hurt him.
No, come on.
Hurt him.
Come on, man. He's a villain because he sucks.
No, but I think
if he would have done the same thing anywhere else,
he started out. You know what's weird though? He started out as an all-star.
But anywhere else,
the experience in Philly hurt him.
He fucking.
Come on.
He made the all-star team in Philly.
Yeah, but if he would have made
talking about
okay, what would RJ be saying about Ben Simmons right now if he made an all-star team and did that in Boston?
I mean, what if he went to Boston?
What would you be saying about him if he was in?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Did he went to Boston?
Same thing that happened in Philly.
But he went to Boston and became an all-star. Or he was an all-star and then Boston phased out.
Yeah.
Ruining him. I'm
kidding. He's just kidding.
That's crazy.
I was hating on Ben Simmons and then trying to make it about.
Well,
Philly,
I mean, everybody hates on Ben Simmons.
No, I'm sorry. I was
hating. He is for good reason.
No, I don't.
He is the most hated guy in the NBA right now.
I don't think so. He's
stealing money.
He's irrelevant.
I know he's irrelevant.
Draymond is more hated than him.
All the time he is.
People are indifferent to Ben Simmons. They don't even think about him.
Not anymore.
Which sucks because
you can't say he never played.
I remember when they drafted him and I was like, we're going to have to deal with this fucking guy for 10 years.
Well, like he's the next LeBron and da-da-da-da. And he just he
the
wasn't.
way he looked in college, it was like, holy shit, this guy's legit.
And then his first 2 years, he looked legit.
Yeah. And then he refused to learn to shoot.
Yeah, he refused to learn to shoot.
Which is, or
that play under the basket.
Either he refused to shoot.
That play under the basket that ruined him. That play
in the
ruined
playoffs.
him. He was never the same after that.
Well,
and he was never the same again
because he was scared to get fouled and shoot free throws.
The Embiid meme is what killed him. That meme game that Embiid dropped on him after he was gone.
Meme game.
Yeah, the guy at the funeral.
Yeah.
The guy at the funeral meme he dropped on him. That was brutal.
I mean, it was bad.
The whole thing was brutal.
I didn't see that. I don't know what that is.
So the thing is this: it's one game on the schedule. I am real curious to see when Philly actually gets everybody on the court what they do because they're missing their two best players tonight. Actually, no, they're two of their top three because Maxey is still out there.
They're missing one of their two best players.
Yeah, one of the two. Sorry.
Yeah, Maxey's one of their best players, or their best player, really.
He might be this year. I don't know. It's still last year. Give the nod to Embiid.
Number one part
I
of
thought they're missing Maxey, Embiid, and George.
No,
Maxey's out there.
Oh,
Number
they're
one-
missing Embiid and George.
Yes.
Yeah.
Two of their best players.
Two of the
Well,
top three.
number one part of ability is availability. So
The best ability is available.
So
My question is-
Embiid and George are going to
So
be.
did they replace Tobias Harris with Caleb Martin?
No.
Where did Tobias Harris go?
Who fuck cares? I think back to Pistons. Did he go back to the Pistons?
He belongs there. He's a loser.
Because remember, he started.
He's a loser.
He started.
Is
with
he
the
or is he
Pistons.
not a loser?
He's a fucking bum.
Say it. He's a loser.
He's a bum.
He's a bum. He's a
Yeah.
loser.
He's a bum.
And by the way, if he performed like that on your team, you'd be destroying him right
wouldn't call
now.
him a loser.
Yes, you would.
Yes, you would.
Yes, you would. You're full of shit. Fucking Bacon just makes two mistakes last night. You're fucking burning
And
an
then you're
effigy.
sending
But he would
pictures
never
of-
call
Called
him.
him a loser.
You call him everything
Okay.
else.
What? Let me go. Let me
You
pull
sent
the text
ugly
up.
pictures of his jump shot.
No, I sent ugly pictures of somebody else.
Yeah, but you were making fun
Pretending
of
it was
his
his
jump shot.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me see
You
what I
went
said.
beyond loser with him.
No, I did.
Yes, you did.
I'll read you what I fucking wrote.
I read it.
I honestly, I read it, but I forgot what you said.
It was nowhere near loser.
It was worse.
I guarantee it wasn't.
So
Was it an IDD?
No, it was. It was us three. Go back up. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Way up. There's the donkey thing. Keep
Oh,
going.
Jesus, you guys went at it.
Yeah.
well, there's
I don't even remember this.
There's bone. There's meat on the bone there.
yeah, there is. There really is. I think we talked about talking about
This is
that.
too far
We did.
back,
We will.
isn't it?
No.
Was it?
Before this, right? Because Rogers was this morning. Yeah, because this is from last night. Keep going. Keep
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Keep going.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
We were busy.
Yeah,
We were busy.
we were.
We were working. What
Well,
the fuck were you doing?
Yeah.
He was sitting there.
He was in
Yeah,
the-
what'd you say? What'd you say? Yeah, say it. Say it. You know you fucking trash.
I said Mikal Bridges. Shit, hold on. It ran
Yeah, there's more. Keep going.
Yeah, I said, no, it's not that.
Talk about meat on the bone.
I said Mikal Bridges looks like dog shit.
but loser is
Not
fine.
a loser.
Dog shit.
That's awful.
No,
compared to
dog shit loser.
I said he looked like dog shit. I didn't call him a loser. I think that's different.
Oh,
Dude, if you go do something,
You're seriously gonna stand on this
I'll
soapbox?
stand on this all day long.
I'll get the fuck out of here. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm talking
Okay,
about
dog
his
shit.
Look, his performance
You look
looked
like
Dog
dog
shit.
shit,
Dog shit.
or you are a loser. Which one would you rather have someone say to you?
I think I'd rather be called a loser. Than
Yeah.
Dog shit.
Not me.
Dog shit.
You look like dog shit.
Dog shit.
You're a
Look,
loser.
if I was- if-
Losers can score 20 points
If
a
I
game.
was
Losers
out
can win
here-
an election.
If I was out here and I bricked 5 shots in a row, and you said, "Man, your shot looks like dog shit," I'd be like, "Yeah, it does."
Oh,
If I missed
get out of
5,
here.
if I went 0 for 5 and you said
is your defense?
you're a loser, what's harsher?
Well, okay. First of all, I would like to go back.
What's harsher? Answer the question.
Let's go back to the tape and watch
What's
the
harsher?
inflection in your voice.
Loser's not harsher
Did
than
you see
dog,
the
yeah.
inflection in his voice?
Yeah.
Your shot looks like dog shit.
No.
You're a fucking loser.
That's not what I said. All right. Next thing I said that was
Speaking
so
of losing
bad.
this argument, loser.
No way. Next thing I said was Knicks look really good. Man, take me to prison now, folks.
I was talking about
Take
the
me
Knicks.
to
We weren't,
prison
don't
now.
change
Probably-
the argument.
probably-
We weren't talking about the Knicks.
Yeah.
Remember what you said about Mikal Bridges?
Yeah, we were
not the
talking-
Knicks.
Now here's one you can get on me.
What about that funky jump
Here's,
shot
here's,
picture?
here's one you can get on me about. Campaign doesn't need to see the court again all year.
No overreaction last night.
No overreaction at all.
That was all the 2 possessions.
There's no overreaction at all.
Then I just said, I told you.
Composed. Very, very
Poised.
Poised.
Very poised.
I'd
Composed.
say,
Composed.
Cunning?
That's a whole
Cunning
new
is
word. I like
cunning.
composed.
Cunning.
I'd say cooler.
It's like
than
composed and
cooler
poised.
than the other side of the pillow. Then I sent the Mikal Bridges. That's Fultz. That's Fultz's shot.
Is that Markel Fultz
that's Markelle
actually
Fultz.
shooting the ball?
Then I said Mikal Bridges since he joined the Knicks. And then I was laughing my ass off because I said they just let Bridges shoot a tech and he missed it. He was 0 for 5. Couldn't shoot for shit.
You do that?
They got a defensive technical, and they go, "Here, you take the shot."
That fucking picture,
Yeah,
Markel
bricks it.
Fultz.
Not Jalen Brunson.
Right? What the fuck are you doing?
That picture,
This
Markel
guy can't hit
Fultz
shit.
shooting a jumper, looks like he's giving birth to a baby calf out of his neck.
It does.
It looks
why
like
he
he's
sh-
giving
Yo,
birth
that
to a
is a
baby
great
calf out of his
fucking-
neck.
Did you say that too?
No, I didn't say that.
Look.
But man, that is such a great call.
Yeah. It looks like
Kind of looked like it.
He's giving
Yeah.
birth to a baby calf out of his neck.
yeah, that's exactly what that jumper looks like.
That's one of the best descriptions of a picture I've
That
ever
jumper is not
It's
wet.
fairly accurate. That's fairly accurate.
heard. All right, then I didn't say anything else.
No, you turned it off and went to PlayStation.
So look, Mikal Bridges, I'm sorry. The first half last night.
One game out of
Okay.
82 against the best team
Wait,
in
wait.
the world.
Markel Fultz.
And he's in a new
I'm
uniform.
not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm still angry at you.
You'll be
for
fine. I'm
sucking
sorry.
No, he will be fine, and they'll
and
be
not
fine.
being Jason Tatum.
Look, and somebody said, I think boy, you love to hate Reggie Miller did say, because he was actually praising the Knicks last night, going, "Don't be surprised if you see these two again."
Oh, I can't stand Reggie.
He kept saying they're the
No,
second
but-
best team in the league.
Yeah,
I know, but
they're
it's
ranked
still,
third on ESPN. It's Boston,
I still can't
OKC,
stand.
and
There's
them.
something about
Philly was
Reggie
five.
Miller.
The one thing I did start
Denver
thinking
was
about
four.
the Knicks,
I actually
though,
thought it made sense. Denver, Philly, 4-5. Yeah, it's about
the one
Where
thing I
was-
did
where were
start
the
thinking about
Mavericks?
the Knicks
Six.
was their depth was kind
They-
of
behind you.
How the fuck were the Mavericks sixth?
Well,
They were in the finals last year,
I
and they
think
add
part of
Clay.
that-
And I'm not saying Clay's going to be like
He's not.
Clay of
OKC
Golden
added
State.
Hartenstein, and that Caruso kid is a pest. All defensive.
Yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah.
To
Caruso
their
is one
bench.
that I always want.
He's
Yeah.
They
good.
got better.
The OKC got better, and
Yeah.
they had the number one. They were the number one seed in the West.
They got
So I
better,
think if
probably
any-
where they needed
if
to, which
anybody
was
has
toughness.
the argument, it's them.
OKC would
To
have
me,
a
too.
Yeah, yeah.
They are two. The
Right,
Knicks,
but
the Knicks
not
were
according
three.
not according to
Reggie Miller.
Reggie.
Well, I think
you've
the-
been saying OKC's too.
I think they are, but only because I think their bench is a little bit deeper. It's close.
Well, and they added what
Watching the
they.
Knicks,
I think
I started
adding-
thinking their bench kind of looks a little thin right now.
Well, but they basically
Bride
OKC.
looks legit.
Yeah, right. But
He looks legit.
But Mitchell Robinson, he's hurt.
He's hurt.
But that's what I'm saying. Their bench looks a little.
I'm
thin
saying
right
you said you got to give them time.
now. I know.
They ran into a buzzsaw last night.
I'm not
Everybody
saying
came
they did.
back. There was no. Well, they got to iron some shit out. No, they were fucking ready to go.
I know. I'm just saying. Watching the team last night, their bench looks a lot thinner without DiVincenzo on it.
I think it looks a lot thinner because of Boston.
Maybe that's true.
I think that you watch. They're going to play the Pacers on Friday. You watch. They'll be better. They'll be much better. On
So
Friday
here's
night.
the thing: if the Pacers do what the Celtics did to them,
The Pacers
then I might-
have
then I
no
might
chance
worry.
of doing what
Well,
the Celtics did to
listen,
them.
I think
The Pacers don't have the
The
personnel.
Pacers
to
did
do
That's
it.
a
that to them
good-
in Game 7 last
They
year.
didn't hit 29 threes and have 33
They
to
shot like
assists.
80% in the first half. Do you remember that?
That's a better gauge of where Boston is. It's probably Indiana.
Well, they swept Indiana.
No, I know, but what I'm
Without
saying,
Porzingis.
You're
well,
saying
what I'm
what
saying
Indiana
is
does
they
to
have
us.
continuity. They have continuity.
Well, they play a similar style.
Yes,
That's true.
They have
They
continuity
just don't do it as
and
well.
right.
Anywhere near as
right.
well.
That's why I said if they do what the Celtics did, then I'll be my.
But
maybe
you're
a
not
little
moving.
bit-
You're not moving two big pieces off Indiana, giving them one big piece.
don't
They're
care.
the.
They don't-
care.
They're a
They're-
similar team.
The Knicks better play
what they were
competitive
last
against
year.
them. That's all
the
I'm saying.
Pacers' best player, I think we all agree, is Halliburton. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
You
sure.
agree with that? Okay. If he were on the Celtics,
Pat McAfee's favorite
is he
person.
is
on
he
earth.
better than Derek White or Drew Holiday?
No.
No, he's not. So there's no way they're going to do to them what the Celtics did to them. There's no way. They're not equipped to. And the
But
Knicks,
dude,
by
do
the
you
way,
remember-
are a good
do you
defensive team.
remember
They-
Game 7 last year?
Yeah. When
I
you
mean,
were
they-
missing 4 of your top 8 players? Yeah, I remember it well.
4 of our top 8 players.
Everybody on the Knicks was hurt.
Everybody else was hurt, dude, in the second round against the Pacers. You were missing
Yeah,
half
you
your
were-
Everybody on
squad.
the Knicks was hurt against.
You're 100% healthy right now. This is not the same thing.
That's true.
Okay, so no, they're
Well,
not going to do this to them on Friday.
I don't
No
think
way.
they are. I'm just saying, if they did it, I'd be like, okay, what the fuck? Like,
That's fair.
I don't want to write this
I don't know.
off.
It's
That's
early
fair.
season. It's
I know it's
still
early, but
season.
but they should be
And they're
able to
two-
play competitive against this.
These two teams were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Right.
Whether one belonged there or not
Yeah.
is another story. But the thing is, they're good. They're still very good. The Pacers are a good
the
team.
Pacers had an easy way.
The Pacers went into Denver last year. Remember, they blew them out. They went in Denver and smacked Denver around.
I mean, we
like
blew
you read
Denver
about.
out, but it was in New York.
Yeah,
But
but
Denver
still.
also wasn't Denver. I mean,
No, they let their top 2 guys off the bench go, and they lost hope this year. They're down a starter now too. Denver's come back to the pack.
Yeah, they're-
a lot. They've
yeah.
come back.
They're
They've
just
got
too-
4 guys. They literally got 4 guys.
They
next.
can't
and they
just
just
rest
they
their
just
laurels on
extended Gordon too, so they're going to be
Is
that
that the
way.
right thing to do?
I don't know.
How old
I
is
like
he?
Aaron Gordon, but it almost feels like they need a different dimension to that team.
Well, he doesn't. He's great. He's a relentless rebounder. He's great.
Yeah.
He runs the floor. He rebounds. But offensively, he kind of They need a guy that can stretch the floor. He's not really that dude. He can
he's
slash.
Not really a three.
He's not a knockdown. He can make them if he's wide, but he's not a knockdown.
But he's not the stretch.
He's not. No, people. In fact, he's the guy they leave.
He is 6'10" though.
He is, and he's athletic as fuck. I'm not saying he's not a good player.
Then what's the kind of piece that team needs?
They need shooters.
Shooters,
plural. They need to be able to put 3 shooters around Jokic and Murray. Mm-hmm. That's what they need to be able to do. And
Jokic can find shooters.
Jokic's a great passer. He'll find.
Shooter?
Yeah,
they need shooters.
Was Pope their shooter?
He was.
Pope was a shooter.
A shooter. And the other guy off the bench, they lost 2 guys. Jeff Green came off that bench. He was like the 7th guy.
Is he good?
Well, they lost the other guy,
was.
Brown. They lost Brown the year before.
Yeah, I mean, they have not replaced.
They've been losing guys.
Their supporting cast has gone to shit.
Yeah,
they're not what they were.
They're waiting for some of the young, like the Braun kid and others to.
Maybe that's it. But
I don't know.
I would have paid to
have
kept
matter.
those. When they won last year, I would have paid to have kept those.
You got to run that one back.
You got to try and run it back. I mean, there's like.
Hey, you got somebody hollering at you.
What?
Hello?
Yes.
Never mind. I was just saying who's out here.
Okay.
It was really loud.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
We've been whispering. It must be the neighbors.
I think it was coming from next door.
We'll tell them to keep it down.
To be honest, you guys are never going to be quiet.
The next
No,
door,
it's the neighbors. They're rowdy.
they were arguing about sports over there.
Don't worry, your bedtime's 1 a.m. anyway. What the fuck you talking about? You're not going to bed. Like she's trying to
How is
sleep.
this guy playing? Is he any good?
I haven't seen a lot of him.
He's the guy from Duke, McCain, right?
The guard?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's talented. He really is.
That's him, right?
That's not him.
That's not his
McCann.
ball. No,
No,
he's right there.
Yeah,
That's him.
now he's
That's
shooting.
who I was
That's
talking
him.
about.
Okay.
That's a clang.
They just showed him on the
Yeah,
camera.
there he
Oh,
is.
take another.
Good kick out, wide open. Gotta make that.
Ding.
Gotta make that.
Ding.
Put that in.
Ding. All right.
Was that him putting it in?
No, he passed to the guy who bricked the 3 in the
That was the guy.
But then he ran in.
Yeah. I think that might be him.
Is he 20? He's 20, yeah.
Oh, then he put it in.
Damn. So he made that assist and then got under for the...
Yeah.
What's his name? Jared McCain?
Yeah. He was really key to Duke's run to the Final Four.
And he has nice nail polish.
That too. Apparently it's
Kind of like a Caleb Williams thing.
very good. So
Before
anyway,
Caleb
Did he
Williams.
get... is he the one that got the deal? He signed a deal for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he painted his nails to go to a game and then
They gave him a deal.
some fucking makeup company gave him a deal?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of
So-
dig it. I wonder how much he got.
We're going to close this segment off, come back, segment 2. We're going to talk Philadelphia Eagles.
Ah.
State of the Eagles. This man has a bone to pick, and God damn it, he's going to pick it, America.
That's right.
Okay, so we'll
What do
be
you think
right
you actually
back.
do to pick a bone? Is picking a bone digging it out of the ground?
The fuck are we
Is it-
talking about right now?
I thought we were talking about your bone
Is
to
that
pick
really
with,
true? It's like
with a
the-
certain coach.
No,
but
you said he's got a bone to pick, and I'm saying what is picking a bone? Is it digging it out of the ground? Is it like scratching at it? What is picking a bone?
I guess
Is it like?
I think digging it up, right?
Well, I think it's like you pull the bone off the turkey thing. Is that it?
Picking a bone.
Picking a bone.
we're going to look this up, America.
I got a bone to pick.
Because you know what? I've never actually looked at the actual definition of this.
right,
I just took it as you and I need to talk. That's
Three.
how I
We
took
got
it.
3 theories.
3 theories. Okay.
3 theories. We'll come back with one
We'll come
winner.
back with one theory. It's probably not going to make any sense. But that's
Yes.
all right. It's a wet my whistle Wednesday, and the artist formerly known as the Fixture is back. Good to have him
right.
back. We'll
Formerly
see you
known.
guys in segment 2 coming right up.